Welcome back to Halftime Report on CNBC-TV18. Nifty as of now trading near the day's highest point, 25,981. And on that level is what the Nifty is trading at, up almost 100 points in today's trading session. But let's put the spotlight on Apeejay Surrendra Park Hotels. They reported their Q2 numbers, strong set of numbers that came in from the company. Revenue growth was good. EBITDA margins, that's been good as well in a seasonally weak quarter. Now, what is the outlook of the company going forward? We have Vijay, Dewan, the MD at the company, joining us right now. Thank you so much, Vijay, and good afternoon. Let's start by talking about your occupancies as well as your ARRs, right? When you look at it, even for the first half of the year, occupancies have remained largely stable around that 92-93%. Even in terms of the ARRs, 13% growth for the first half of the year. For FY26, where do we see these average room rates move, given that, you have the new palace hotels that come into place as well as your occupancies? Where do you see that headed for the rest of the year?
Thank you. Firstly, I'm delighted to be on CNBC and I'm delighted to be on your program, Ekta. This quarter, the quarter two, has been the best ever for Apeejay Surrendra Park Hotels. It has been a period of accelerated growth, actually, and an accelerated momentum. We have been able to deliver a 17% growth in terms of top line and a 15% growth, which is on the EBITDA margin, which actually reaffirms our strategy, our strong strategy, and the strength of our brand. What is very critical, as you have also mentioned, that we have achieved India's highest occupancy of 93%. We have also achieved an ARR growth of 13% and a RevPAR growth of about 12%. And these are really, really very, very significant. What has also happened that because of our palace hotels, that is Ranbasta Palace at Patiala and the Lotus Palace at Chettinad, we have been able to get a fair amount of global recognition. In fact, Ranbasta Palace has been awarded the Michelin One Key hotel, and this has really positioned ourselves on the top of the palace hotels in India. Also, Ranbasta Palace, it would be important to know that it figures in the pre-Versailles list of the global most beautiful hotels actually in the world. Sure. Also, the Lotus Palace at Chettinad features in the 100 best new hotels at the moment in the world as far as travel and leisure.
Mr. Dewan, we know of the accolades and we know about these palaces that you keep speaking about, and we also know about the prices that you charge for those palaces, and we also know that we cannot afford them, on a per night basis. But I have to, just look at the plan that you have for the company that you've put out. You currently have 36 hotels, and by 2030, you will have 70 hotels and roughly 5,800 keys. I'm just doing a simple double-digit ARR growth from here on and expecting your occupancies to stay the same. Do you think it's possible that you get to that 2,000 crore revenue mark by 2030 from 750 to 800 crore that you would do in FY26, given your first half run rate? Or would that be out of whack?
You are actually on target. So as the inventory is going to double, and inventory is not only going to double in terms of the numbers, which will go up from about currently at 2,500 keys. We plan to raise it to about 3,000 keys by the end of the year. And then thereon actually take it to about 5,500 keys. Now, what this will actually mean is that actually the overall revenues for us are actually going to triple from where they are at the moment. So this is definitely going to be achieved by us. We have delivered, as I mentioned, a high teen growth in this quarter, and this trend is going to continue in quarter three and quarter four as well, because the quarter three and quarter four are the best quarters in the industry. And a lot is going to happen in the industry over quarter three and quarter four. Firstly, domestic travel is on the increase on the airline front. Then there are a whole lot of events which are going to happen in terms of extra wedding dates during this period. There's T20 World Cup, which is being planned during the
So,
first.
Mr. Dewan, I just wanted to narrow down on that because we do have that wedding season coming up. We do have, like you mentioned, the T20 to look forward to as well. What does this mean for the second half of the year in terms of business for you? Are you going to possibly do this kind of a run rate of around 70% for the second half per quarter as well, with occupancies at around 90% plus, average room rate growth of around 10% to say 13% on for the next 2 quarters year on year?
So the biggest strength of the park is, of course, in achieving, we have leadership in occupancy and we have leadership in terms of RevPAR in the category of the upper upscale segment. What I expect at the moment is that Q3, the industry, and the Q4 are going to be the strongest going forward. They have been strong for us in the past as well, and there is no reason that they will not be strong. Growth is expected to further improve. We are going to definitely deliver results which are much stronger and much better than what they are at the moment. Also, our Flurys business, which is on the F&B side, is also a very strong business of ours. Currently, we have 102 outlets of Flurys. We have opened 16 outlets, as you know, in Mumbai, and they are favorites, I'm sure, of Mangalam, which he mentioned last time as well. The one especially in Colaba. So we have delivered 22% growth in Q2 in Flurys, and this growth is also likely to continue going forward. So all in all, expect a very strong Q3 and a very strong Q4 going forward.
Right. So when the revenue triples from here on, how much will come from your hotels? How much will come from all these properties outside of hotels, like someplace else, Flurys and the others?
So the Flurys business is roughly about 8 to 10% of our total business. About 2 to 4% is actually coming from our asset-light model, and large part of the growth is actually going to come from our own hotels. And here, in terms of our strategy for our own hotels, we have recently acquired Zillion Hotels and Resorts in Juhu, which is a 62-room hotel at a cost of 206 crores. Second, we have got the permission from the Calcutta Municipal Corporation to start our project work, for which the payment has already been made to the Calcutta Municipal Corporation. And we plan to break ground for this property, which is a 6 lakh square feet development, in January of 2026. And we expect to complete this hotel over a period of 3 years. So on the expansion side also, the outlook for us is very, very strong.
Okay. All right. We're going to leave it on that note. Thanks very much for joining in and speaking with us. So that is the hotel company Apeejay Surrendra Park talking about the outlook going forward. Good set of numbers which they've reported. Occupancy of around 93%, average room rate up around 13%, and a revenue growth of around 16% this quarter. We'll take a short break, but up next we'll focus on the F&O setup at midday. Stay tuned.